Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Shane, and on this episode of Storm Shadow 75, we are going to be taking a look at SHFiguarts Avengers Endgame Iron Man Mark 85 Final Battle Edition. Well, let's go. Let's take a look. So as you can see here, I have him posed out in a walking motion, which actually he poses really good, this guy. And what SHFiguarts is able to do here, what they've brought to the table is something really, really good as far as in this figure. At least I think so. I mean, you look at the head sculpt, the alternate head, which is this one right here of Tony Stark, which is also Robert Downey Jr. It looks exactly like him all the way down to the mustache and the goatee. So then looking at the armor, you have his arc reactor right there, which is very well done along to the armor. And then you have the paint sculpt. They did a fantastic job with the paint sculpt on this guy. I love the fact that they did some highlight brushing to it. Here's a side profile. I don't know if you can see in the legs there and in the arms, especially on the gold. You can see that there's some dry brushing that's been done. If you look at Tony's hair, you can see the dry brush that goes through his hair as well. That back plug right there, there is a piece that plugs in there for when you don't have the pack on him doing the energy blast. You can have that to where it's the whole suit. He has double jointed knees. Here is the other side profile of him. He has a wrist articulation up and down. He has single jointed elbows. He has shoulder swivels, and as you can see right here, using the elbows, I have him in a boxing stance, which is very well done. And he does have die cast feet with a toe hinge, which is freaking awesome. Very awesome. So he has his upper thigh swivel. He does have drop down legs right here. They do drop down, and as you can see, I have him posed like he's getting ready to do a blast with that pack on there. Each one of these arms, they have a peg that actually comes out, a little piece that comes out so you can actually peg in the blast. Here he is. As you can see, I got him in the 3-point stance where he drops down. This is more kind of like the Iron Man 3 logo, not logo I should say, but like the poster in the beginning. Taking a look at the armor, the actual sculpt itself, trying to go around him. I apologize for the shakiness of the camera. I don't have it on I'm actually holding it while I'm doing this. So as you can see, his arm goes all the way back, and that has to do with those shoulder joints. The butterfly hinges in there allows him to get that range of motion, which is very, very well done. He does come with a boatload of accessories. He comes with a bunch of different hands. He comes with blast effects, and he comes with the flying effects as well, which we will get into here shortly as we go around. I mean, look at that clean paint job. Everything is just clean with this guy. The only con that I have with this guy here is the armor on the knees. That is it. That armor on the knees happens to pop off, so just be careful. Here he is in a balance point, like he's running, getting ready to jump and do a lunge punch at somebody. Fantastic. Didn't have any problems getting him into this pose whatsoever. And as you can see, there's another Iron Man behind him, which we will get in here into a little bit to take a look at. But like I said, what SHFiguarts has brought to the table with this guy is something that I have never seen before. And I think it's great. I think it's really, really great. Here he is with his alternate head with the actual helmet on. And then here he is with the blast effects. SHFiguarts knocked this out of the park a lot better than they did with the 1989 Batman, I must say. And I was really looking forward to that Batman. I got him, and I was just like, yeah, whatever. But as you can see here, he has the blast effects in, which those all plug into. Here is the back side of it. It has that big hole in the back where Thor actually shot lightning into, so he get the really, a heavy blast onto Thanos when they did that in the movie. So you can actually get him in those poses to do such a thing. Now, once again, back to this. This is a Marvel Legends Silver Iron Man that I have edition, I do believe. This guy, his articulation isn't so great. I'm not knocking Marvel Legends. I'm just saying, if you can't afford to get, these guys are just as good, but they're just bulkier. They're not as sleek. Here is the Atmosphere Marvel Legends Iron Man Atmosphere suit from the Gameverse one. And those actual flying and blast effects that you see actually go to that silver Iron Man. But here, I just wanted to show off this head sculpt. I mean, that is the Gameverse one. And as you can see, it's just not it's really, really clean. And I love the way they did the paint on this guy, but it's not the same. I mean, you could tell that's Robert Downey Jr. to a T with that. And that is what SHFiguarts was able to bring to the table. That gives it that standout look compared to this. And including with the alternate head on this guy. Like the painting on this guy here, and I understand it's only a $20 figure, but you figure you could at least keep the lines nice. Here I have him in a flying pose on a little metal stand. So he's just kind of doing one blast effect. There's another, his fist, which is an alternate hand. And then the blast effects actually just plug in to the peg that is molded onto the hand. And then each one of these little blast effects plug in, and those little arms, they do swivel. As you can tell, they're on like a little bit of a ball hinge, so you can move them around. His head looks up and down, looks side to side. But once again, you can get the range of motion you can get out of this guy to get him into these great poses is fantastic. And I understand I keep going from like bottom or from top to down, but I want you guys to actually get a good look at this guy. The best way that I could get him, I mean, I think he's really, really good. He's well worth the money that you pay for. To get a good look at instead of just going over the typical, this is how he works. I just wanted to, do a video where we're going over the poses. As you can see, get his arms into a 90-degree angle where he's doing double blasts off to the side as he's hovering, along with, his nano helmet on there, which is the alternate head, and the whole neck actually pulls out with that head. Here he is. I think I have him hovering, and then, he's reaching out with the one open hand, doing the good old Arnold Schwarzenegger, come with me if you want to live. So, once again, he is a beautiful sculpt. Beautiful sculpt. Once again, I do apologize for the shakiness of the camera. The blast effects actually peg into the bottom of his feet. And here we are, starting from the feet back to the top. There's his blast effects again, as far as his flying effects, I should say. And then he has the flying effects where he can hover. Those are the other, those are his, blast effect hands and hover hands. And then you can see the butterfly hinges. He does have drop down legs. That's the other cool thing. Right there, you can see that actually goes up a little higher, but that actually drops down quite a bit, so you can get him into some really good dynamic poses. And this is something that, we should be getting with some of these Marvel Legend figures. And here he is with in a little bit of a flight pose. And as you can see right there on that gold on that thigh right there, that brushing, so you could tell that he's been in, a little bit of battle. It's a little scuffed up. It's not really clean and shiny like the other one. Look at the darkness going through that gold. That is what makes this figure stand out. Look at the back there on the tricep. Fantastic. It's a great, great, great paint sculpt. Nicely done. It's not chipping, it's not flaking, it's not doing anything crazy. And I was able to pose this guy pretty well, and I did too. I posed this guy all over the place. He does have a ab crunch, and he does have a diaphragm crunch as well, hinge, so he can actually move, and you can get him to some other dynamic poses. Here he is, he's kind of doing, like jumping down. This is an alternate hand. That hand is actually molded onto those blades, so you just pop it on. Just be careful popping them on and off, because the little ball pegs that are there, they can be a little tough getting them in and out. And I did have that problem with this one here, trying to get the just pop in. Here he comes with his energy clear shield that he uses when he's fighting against Thanos in the movie, which is very well done. As you can see, he's hiding behind it, and he's firing off a blast effect. Fantastic as he's kneeling down. Once again, no problem getting this guy into these poses. The only thing I had was that the armor on the knee just kept falling off, and then you just plug it right back in. So just be careful. That's just something to be cautious about. And once again, that is the hand that is connected to the shield, and that plugs in. Just you pop it off and plug the whole thing back in, and you are good to go. And once again, there he is with the blast effects. I thought that was a great addition, along with the other accessories that he comes with. Here he is landing on one knee with his blast effects coming out of the side, like he did in the first movie when he landed in that military zone, when he dropped down to catch that guy. I think it was when he went to catch that one guy. But anyway, whatever. There he is dropping down onto one knee. As you can see, nothing is stopping or hindering or breaking the sculpt. You can, if you move him too far, you'll see in the back, you'll start to get a gap back there. But otherwise, for the most part, this guy poses like butter, man. And I didn't have any issues whatsoever posing him. Here I have him in a flight. As you can see, the stand is shaking, but he has his alternate hands like that are flat, so they could be out to the sides. But once again, you get a really good look at that paint. You know, it's typical SHFiguarts as far as the neck right there where that hinges for when he looks up and down. His head will look up and down, but also you get a little bit more range of motion because that neck does tip down in there, and it does come out a little bit, so you can actually get him to look up a little further. But as far as the, you know, the hand accessories, like I say, he comes with a boatload of open hands, flat hands, energy blasting hands. What am I missing? The shield, the blade, the alternate Tony Stark head without the helmet on there. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this figure. I really don't have any cons except for just that knee armor that pops off, which is right there. They just pop off, and they're very small, so just be careful not to lose them. And here he is again. He's doing a little bit, I got him doing a little bit of a salute just because of the fact that the hand does that. And you can get him into that motion. And as you can see right there, that butterfly hinge. And this is why the butterfly hinge is great, because I can get him into the Wing Chun poses. Now, I don't know if everybody knows, but Robert Downey Jr., he does train in Wing Chun like I do, which is actually pretty cool to know. And they had him do that in like Iron Man 3, I do believe. But to get him in this pose right here to show off, you know, the stance, it's really, really cool to see. And there's both of the hands that are flat. That way you can get a good look at him. Here he is in another kind of open stance with both of the blast effects on his hands. I know those are the hovering ones. Those aren't the big blast effects, but as you can see, the butterfly hinge will allow you to get that arm to move over to get a little bit closer so you can get that nice look. So, of all in all, guys, is this guy worth picking up? Yes, he is. Is he worth it adding him to your collection? Yeah, absolutely he is. At least in my opinion, he is. He's better off than getting the SH figure, or the, not the SH figures, but the Marvel Legend ones. And here he is with everything on the back doing, and this is how I actually have him posed. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a great time doing it. It's something a little bit different I wanted to try. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday and a happy, happy new year. Once again, guys, please, if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, and share. This is a small channel. Every little bit helps. So please, all you got to do is like, subscribe, and share. That helps out the channel in volumes. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you all on the flippity flip.